Ako nga po pala si Gianmarco Cordero, isang mag-aaral na nagmula sa City College of San Fernando Pampanga. Halina't samahan niyo akong libutin ang mga cultural heritage na matatagpuan dito sa City of San Fernando, Pampanga. San Fernando Train Station. It was listed in the National Historical Commission of the Philippines on April 5, 2005. Inaugurated on February 23, 1892 as part of the Bagbag-Mabalacat stretch of the Manila, Dagupan Railway System by Governor General Eulogio Despujol and Archbishop Bernardino Nozaleda. Jose Rizal had disembarked from this station on June 27, 1892 to visit his friends in San Fernando and Bacolar, possibly to recruit them as member of the La Liga Filipina. During the World War II Death March in April 1942, it was the ending point of the 102 kilometers long walk from Bataan to San Fernando by Filipino and American prisoners of war. From here, the PAWs were stuffed into boxcarts and transported to Capas Tarlac en route to their final destination, the Camp O'Donnell. Henson House, or also known as Casa Nicolasa. It was listed in the National Historical Commission of the Philippines on January 26, 2003. The Henson House is a Spanish colonial period bahay na bato built by the couple Don Saturnino Henson y David and Maria Lacson. Don Saturnino David was Gobernadorcillo of San Fernando from 1881 to 1882 and 1896. And the first Tesorero Municipal from 1900s to 1902. Next to the house is a monument dedicated to the heroic efforts of Nicolas Adairet Panello, who helped the sick and wounded Filipino fighters during the Filipino-American War in 1898. Lazatin House. It was listed in the National Historical Commission of the Philippines on January 26, 2003. Built by the couple Serafin Lazatin and Encarnacion Singyan in 1926. It served as the residence of Japanese General Masaharu Hama during the Japanese occupation of San Fernando. The Lazatins are among the pioneers of the Pampanga Sugar Development Company Pansudeco and San Fernando Electric Light and Power Company as FELAPCO, a perfect example of the architecture prevalent during the American colonial period. Tabacalera House. It was listed in the Local Government Unit Registry of Cultural Properties in 2003. The house was designed by architect Fernando Ocampo and rented to the Tabacalera Company. During the Second World War, it was appropriated by the Japanese Imperial Army to serve as headquarters of the Kempei Tai in 1943 to 1944. This ancestral house exemplifying the architecture prevalent during the American colonial period. Hizon Singyan House. It was listed in the National Historical Commission of the Philippines on January 26, 2003. It was built in 1870 by Capitan Anacleto Hizon, Gobernadorcillo of San Fernando, and Victoria Singyan de Miranda y de Ocampo. It served as headquarters of Spanish General Antonio Ruiz Serralde during the 1896 Philippine Revolution, as military hospital and barracks of the Japanese Imperial Army in 1943 to 1944. Augusto P. Hizon House. It was listed in the National Historical Commission of the Philippines on December 2010. It was built at the turn of the century by the couple Teodoro Santos and Africa Ventura. Purchased by Maria Singyan Hizon, a nurse of the Pampanga chapter of the Philippine Red Cross during the Philippine Revolution. The house was inherited by her nephew Augusto Hizon and is currently owned by his heirs. Baluyot Bridge. It was listed in the Local Government Unit Registry of Cultural Properties in 2003, formerly known as Puente Colgante. It was reconstructed in 1896 using iron and stone. It was replaced in 1928 by a reinforced concrete arch bridge designed by former Philippine Senator and Engineer Sotero Baluyot for his bachelor thesis at the University of Iowa in 1909. The bridge used to serve as the only link of Manila with the rest of northern Luzon and is recognized as the first concrete pavement in the country. City Hall of San Fernando. It was listed in the Local Government Unit Registry of Cultural Properties in 2003. The building was built during the Spanish period in 1874. It was burned by the General Antonio Luna during the Philippine-American War when the Filipino revolutionaries retreated amidst the advance of the American forces. Metropolitan Cathedral of San Fernando Pampanga. It was declared as an important cultural property by the National Museum of the Philippines. It was founded by the Augustinians in 1754 and placed under the advocation of the Nuestra Señora de la Asunción while the town was under the patronage of San Fernando III. Father Sebastian was named prior vicar in 1756. The stone church is approximated to have been built in the 18th century. In 1899, both the church and convent were burned by the Philippine Revolutionary Army on order of General Antonio Luna on May 5, 1899.